Hello and welcome to a midweek edition of The Box Seat as we head into winter racing, first meeting in June. The rails at 13 metres, the track somewhere between a good 4 and a soft 5. We're going to have fine conditions for racing on Wednesday, and race number 1 is the Glenroy Chaff Handicap, where we're going to watch the last start victory down the 1,000 metres straight at Pinjarra of Shoe Platter.
A length and a half to the favourite, Bred de Flirt. Behind those then Real Senor, who's right there with them, wanting to run around a little here as they come onto the course proper. Back behind them, getting off heels, is Shoe Planter, and they're followed by Syrah's Fear. Coming to the 200 though, Real Senor, Bred de Flirt on the outside has gone up to join it. Bred de Flirt, Real Senor, Shoe Planter. Shoe Planter coming through. On the outside, Bred de Flirt. Between them, Real Senor, but Shoe Planter. Shoe Planter was too strong first up.
Very expensive mare this. Think 6 figures, think north of 200, 300, pushing $400,000. So Bob Peters spent a lot of money on this once yearling by Snitzel. She's now had 2 starts. She was victorious at her first run this preparation, as we saw there in replay, and she's likely to go around odds on Wednesday. It is a program where there's going to be a lot of short price favourites, a lot of Cerise and White, William Pike, Grant and Alana Williams flavour to the meeting. So we're going to have to pick and choose our way through which ones we do entertain, like the odds on quote, and which ones that we don't. I'm going to start off with a not so much. I'm going to go up the top with Enticing, who was a surprise winner 2 starts ago on a heavy 8 at Ascot. But I thought his most recent effort in a Class 3 was very, very good chasing late. He ran into the likes of Wiener Waltz and Material Witness, 2 horses who would be awfully short and actually not even eligible for a race like this. So I thought here, number 1 could give this a little bit of a shake, and we're going to get probably somewhere between $5 and $7 to cause the upset. So number 1 for me in Enticing. Clearly, number 4, Shoe Platter, the testing material. 3, Playing Red, who's coming out of a tougher race but just finds traffic at the wrong time. And number 2 in Lord Augustus, who got absolutely no luck first up when wide throughout. My numbers in race number 1, 1, 4, 3 and 2. Race number 2, Tab Touch Betty or Bet Plate, 1,400 metres for the 2-year-olds. We're going to watch the emphatic last start victory all the way for the grey. This is Twice Lucky.
And Miss Andromeda comes to the outside, starting to wind up, but Twice Lucky has a kick at the 300. Twice Lucky shoots away now from Total Lockdown Gidget the Midget, followed by Bandolier Bow, but it's Twice Lucky. It's increased its lead as they headed towards the 100, out by about 3, running on Late Probity. Total Lockdown is battling away, so's Bandolier Bow, but Twice Lucky dominated from the front.
Mitchell Pateman was able to really control proceedings in the early and middle stages, and basically from the start of our replay through until the finish, he was never going to get beaten in that. He was able to control the tempo, he was able to kick very strongly into the home corner, and by the time that he was rolling, those horses in behind were all chasing, and he never really stood a chance of running him down. Goes out to 1,400 metres, likely leader again, no doubt going to be hard to beat and definitely up the order. But I have been following Darren McAuliffe's stable a recent time. I think they just started to hit a little bit of form, and a horse that's done nothing wrong in 2 starts to date is number 2, Cold SHIZZLE. Chris Parnham retains the ride here, comes out of arguably stronger racing. Back to a midweeker, drawn a gate to come forward, sit over the top of the speed, and they're likely to control it between them, number 1 and number 2, Twice Lucky and Cold SHIZZLE. But I thought Cold SHIZZLE found a winnable race, number 2 for me on top in race 2. Number 1, Twice Lucky. If they allow Mitchell Pateman to control the speed, then naturally this horse is going to be very hard to run down. Number 5, Guard the Safe, who comes up sharply in trip. 1,000 straight to 1,400, definitely looks a positive. And number 3, Bandolier Bow, who sat wide throughout in our replay, protested against, so finished 3rd, but ultimately was shuffled back to 4th. Definitely looked to have a little bit of ability. My numbers in race number 2, 2, 1, 5 and 3. Race number 3, Amelia Park Maiden over 1,400 metres. We're going to watch the likely favourite here in Celebrity Man running 3rd last start. Make sure you pay attention to the winner in JEDI Mind, because he's one of our best bets on the box seat.
Run coming for Wings Away down on the inside. Now Parnham goes to work on Jedi Mind. Back behind them, Celebrity Man is picking up pretty well behind them with 175 to go. And Jedi Mind raced up Joint Famous Journey. Celebrity Man runs on. Wings Away's got the inside run. He goes to work on Jedi Mind though. And Jedi Mind is too strong first up. Jedi Mind beat home.
Definitely a form reference that I think we need to pay a lot of respect to on Wednesday. Celebrity Man ran third in replay. Looks like he probably goes around odds on and is very hard to beat in this maiden. Jedi Mind, who is super impressive in victory there, goes to a 3-year-old no metro win race that is pretty thin later on in the program and has to be one of the better bets on the program. So hopefully the form reference can hold up straight away and Celebrity Man can get punters with off to a little bit of a fly here in the early parts of the program. That being said, you just know with the Cerise and White and William Pike that you're probably not even going to get even money. So we'll wait and see what price he comes up. But for the sake of a tip, I think Celebrity Man is very hard to beat here, stepping to 1400. Hit the line well in replay there, ran all the best closing sections. Looks as though an extra furlong will help him. Hopefully, start number 3, it's victory for number 5 in Celebrity Man. Number 7, Sunsphere. Didn't do a lot when last in work, but I really like the recent trial. Number 1, Free Solo, well, I really liked his form when last in work, but I didn't really like his trial. So it's always just, you always have to make that decision. Do you follow the trial form or do you follow the race form? Number 4, Tina Kutu, another one that's first up here, who definitely looks like he'll get out over further. Looks like Celebrity Man's race to lose, race number 3, 5, 7, 1 and 4. Race number 4, the Crown Perth Handicap over 1300 metres. We have just watched the replay of Jedi Mind when previewing Celebrity Man in the previous at Belmont Park. So we'll go back 2 starts ago and watch the maiden victory of the horse that looks the danger, and that's the filly Just Handy.
2 clear of Count Grundy. Treasured Prize down on the inside, full bore at the moment. Followed then by Vicinity, and back behind them looking for the way clear, not getting a lot of room is Chick Flicks. Just Handy went to Travern. 170 left to go. Just Handy on the outside. Travern the rail. Travern is fighting back. Just Handy. Travern having a great battle. A 2-horse war between Just Handy, Travern, Just Handy. Just Handy wanted a nose.
Good gritty win there by Just Handy. She has had a run since. It was 7 days ago when running second behind Written Matter in what was a very impressive victory. But I thought that the closing effort of Just Handy, who ran 5th or 6th, was actually quite encouraging. So I'm going to mark her down here as the clear danger. But no doubt all eyes are going to be on Brett Pope's horse here. Chris Parnham rides, drawn a gate, does look like a very progressive type. Has a turn of foot, and if Celebrity Man is to break his maiden in race number 3, then most likely in race number 4, Jedi Mind makes the form look good again. Making him one of the better bets on the box seat, but fingers crossed that we do get some black odds about him. Wait and see, but anything north of $2 I think is probably a good way to find out. Number 1, Jedi Mind. Number 6, Just Handy, can settle a lot closer than what she did last week, and if she reproduces the run that we saw there in replay, she's definitely a legitimate danger. Number 8, Miyagi, who's been disappointing since a first-up victory at the Outer Provincials. Back to Belmont helps. Lucy Warwick back in the saddle helps as well. Number 4, Convalesce, a horse that's been very disappointing this campaign. Last preparation, he showed glimpses. My numbers in race number 4, 1, 6, 8 and 4. Race number 5, Penfold's Handicap, 1400 metres. We watched the last start maiden victory of a Cerise and White horse called Treasured Prize.
For the judge, races 2 clear. Yardman, it can't get out on the inside of Count Grundy, holding it tight. Here's Treasured Prize though into the clear. It sets after them at the 200. Starstorm the leader. Treasured Prize on the outside, coming quickly. Petite La Femme getting out but too late. Starstorm, Treasured Prize. Treasured Prize hit the front. Treasured Prize got the money. Treasured Prize from Starstorm.
Always a tough thing to do, come from a maiden victory straight into a Class 3. I personally prefer the maiden to a Class 1 to a Class 3. The obvious progression where you don't skip through the grades. But if there are horses that can do it, they're normally either wearing Cerise and White, like Treasured Prize, or they're lightly raced progressive fillies, like a Try For Us of recent times. So no doubt Treasured Prize is going to be hard to beat, and I am also going to go with a 3-year-old filly, but I did go the swap. I went up to the top, and I went with number 1 in the verdict. She comes from a Saturday graduation back to a Wednesday Class 3. She comes from 1600 back to 1400. She is a 3-time winner in only a handful of starts, and she is very, very tough. She will have to be, no doubt. She's got 60 kilos to carry, but she's drawn in gate number 1, and if Jordan Turner can just pinch a cheap section or two in the middle stages and get her rolling into the corner, we know that she's always hard to run down, and she may well sneak each way odds. Number 1, the verdict on top for me. From 5, Blow Me Out, who was disappointing to the eye first up, but sectionally actually wasn't that bad. Chris Parnham sticks, and she's definitely going to be finishing off late. Number 4, Smile For Me, who hasn't had a lot of luck since winning at Ascot, say 3 or 4 starts ago. And clearly, Treasure Prize, hard to beat here, but you always wonder with Willia Pike on board whether or not these horses are just going to be slightly unders. My numbers in race number 5, 1, 5, 4 and 8. Race number 6, All Flags, Signs and Banners handicap at 1400 metres. Very rarely will we go to the outer provincials and look at York as a replay, but this was a very strong win first up from the filly, Adore Me.
Into the straight, SHIZZLE, who's been burning rubber, led the way by a length. Coming back now to Ready to Ride, and Regardless who's squeezing up near the fence. SHIZZLE, Ready to Ride, Regardless, Metallic Queen. Here's Adore Me coming right down the outside though with a brilliant run. On the outside, SHIZZLE, Adore Me's got them though with Metallic Queen, but it's Adore Me, brilliant.
4 starts, 2 victories, and that one in replay there I thought was a ripper. It's very hard to make ground at York. It's a downhill straight, it's a tight corner, and so we don't see a lot of horses settle second last, make a sustained run out 3, 4 and 5 wide, and still have the power to get over them late. But that's exactly what Adore Me did here. It's something that we do need to weigh up though as punters. You come from an inferior form reference into a tougher race, and she's probably going to go around shorter on Wednesday than she did first up at York. Going to follow up, going to go with her again here, because I do think she's the kind of filly that can settle a lot closer from gate number 1, enjoy the run of the race, and she does get some weight relief coming up against stronger opponents. I'm going here, but with an air of caution, number 3, Adore Me. Number 5, Shooting Scirocco, who got no luck last week. Young Jet Stanley was wide early, eventually worked to find the breeze. She then got pulling, she then was no match for those horses in the home straight. But she backs up off 7 days, she gains the services of William Pike. There's a bit to like. Number 2, Precautionary, who was eye-catching last week. And number 1, Cornflower, well placed into a Class 3. My numbers in race number 6, 3, 5, 2 and 1. Race number 7, WA Apprentice Challenge over 1650 metres. We're going to watch the second placing effort of Cuban Twist, and also back in 4th, it's San Crispino.
Around the bend, 400 metres to go. The verdict in front. Aragain going up on the outside. San Crispino coming through as Cuban Twist. Loose box back on the inside. Here's the favourite now joining in. Try For Us with a good run as well. Inside the 200. Try For Us is coming down the outside. Cuban Twist getting through, but it's Try For Us and Cuban Twist, and then Sluice Box and the verdict, and late as So War, but Try For Us has sped clear, and Try For Us beat Cuban Twist.
That replay there is the form reference I'm going with. No doubt Cuban Twist's going to be hard in the market and very hard to beat. But I'm going with the horse that ran 4th there in replay, called San Crispino. After Bo Edwards' 3 kilo claim, gets a 1.5 kilos weight swing on Cuban Twist for only being beaten around a length's margin. From gate number 1 can either sit box seat or 3 back the fence behind what looks a pretty spirited tempo here. Chasing Chaos will roll, Uncle Lino will roll, Cuban Twist will roll, so hopefully San Crispino enjoys the run of the race, and with no weight on the each-way basis, I think Bo Edwards can take out the Apprentices Challenge. Number 5 for me, San Crispino. Number 2, Uncle Lino, tough as old boots this horse. He'll be there for a long, long way, and if it turns into a dog fight, he'll be up for it. Number 8, Chasing Chaos, who ran into a pretty smart one last start in Blackwater Bay, who won at Belmont Park on Saturday. And number 3, our replay horse in Cuban Twist. Fingers crossed that Cuban Twist leaves cleanly so that she doesn't end up 3 wide the trip, but I think if she does come out running, she should find the breeze. My numbers in race number 7, 5, 2, 8 and 3. Race number 8, Peninsula Dining Room handicap over 1400 metres. Watching the first up second placing and the very good finishing effort of Secret Statue.
Life for Life balanced up in front, led the way Vain Tempest. Now has the pressure test put to it at the 250 and it races to the lead. Hits the front Vain Tempest, followed by Sans Lassou, Secret Statue. What about Moi deeper out? Vain Tempest is the leader. 75 to go from Life for Life, Secret Statue. Vain Tempest clinging on. Vain Tempest wins it from Secret Statue. What about...
On a day where a lot of the Cerise and White are going to be odds on a day where a lot of those horses who look like winning are going to be short on paper, I think this horse might just get a little bit of a quote. I'm not getting outrageous here, but I'm thinking maybe somewhere between $2.80 and $3.50 for Secret Statue. And personally, I think that's good enough to find out. He's drawn a wide gate, but he's a natural back marker. There looks to be a 3-deep building line here, and William Pike's riding Belmont Park very well at the moment. So provided that after the first 7 races, they've shown that they can make some ground on Wednesday, I think Secret Statue is the kind of horse that can get over the top of these. I think he's the kind of horse that may well progress to a Saturday graduation. I'm going on top in the last. It's Pike in the last for those who like it that way. Number 5, Secret Statue. Number 7, Ava Express. Number 3, Brother Paddy. They were both beaten a long way last start, but I thought they were both okay runs for different reasons. Ava Express never got any luck in the home straight. Brother Paddy got spat out the back and came very deep into the corner. Number 1, New Amsterdam, awfully hard to fault this horse. A winner first up, a winner second up, no luck third up, comes back in grade here. My numbers in race number 8, 5, 7, 3 and 1. Best bets on the Wednesday program, 2nd of June 2021. Going with Jedi Mind, race 4, number 1, and race 8, number 5, Secret Statue. Fingers crossed we can find a winner here on the box seat, but it is free entry regardless of whether we win any money or not on Wednesday and Saturday. Hopefully, we'll see you on course.